What's up, fellow Zam Jammers, and a warm welcome to everybody who is not subscribed and notified to this YouTube channel. This channel is all about inspiring, informing, and educating and promoting the South African YouTube community. That's exactly what we're doing in this video because it is a super collab, and we've got entries from about 20 YouTubers talking about what they would do if they were the president of South Africa. So that is enough from me. Hit the like button and enjoy this video.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sheldon Zam's channel. My name is Cheneka and thank you so much for having me. If I were president for the day, I would make sure that we all take Sunday off so that we can spend time with our family, have a big lunch, invite those that don't have family, and bring the community together.
Good day, my fellow South Africans. I'm hopefully running for president. My name is Janssens, and these are the two laws that I would instate if I was president. The first thing is, it's just a fun thing, to be 100% honest, and I would make sure that we had National Bra Day as an actual public holiday where everybody would be forced to go outside, spend some time with their family, and just have a good time braaiing. And the second one's a little bit more serious, not exactly fun, but I think we really need to consider it, and that is trying to find alternative ways to produce electricity. We are currently going through so many blackouts. Load shedding is killing absolutely everyone, and I think that here in South Africa we have got so many resources that we could use in creative and different ways to create electricity, and I really think we have to utilize them. Guys, those are my two new laws. I hope you enjoy them.
If I was president, I would teach people that different doesn't mean better or worse in terms of culture and beliefs and everything, because then the world would be a better place.
Yo, so thank you to Sheldon for the opportunity. So if I was the president of the country, what would I do? I would actually implement subjects in disadvantaged areas, in schools, in public areas, that kids should be encouraged to do arts, and make sure that they have those kind of needed subjects for them to do arts, because a lot of kids give up on their dreams because they're not encouraged to do arts or to be a musician or a designer or a filmmaker, you understand? Because one thing I know is that not everybody's meant to be a doctor, not everybody's meant to be a lawyer, not everybody is meant to be an accountant. That's what I would do if I was the president of the country. Thank you guys so much.
Hi guys, my name is David, and my channel is Living in SATV. Why I should be president of South Africa? Many reasons. I will give free education for the whole population, a free medical aid to the whole population, a fair justice system for everyone, renewable energies, so we can get rid of SEZOL and ESCOM lobbies, and incentives for the youth, for science, technology, and agriculture. Thank you so much. My name is David, living in SATV, and I would like to have your vote.
Hi guys, it's me Andy from Cloudsurfer Andy. Firstly, I just want to thank you, Sheldon, for inviting me to be a part of this conversation. I think it's a really good idea to think of what we would do if we were president. Well, if I were president, though, I would definitely want to focus most of my energy into educating my country's children. Obviously, I would want to also keep my adults educated by giving them like free courses on finding jobs and financial literacy and all this and that. But I definitely want to try to instill these good habits in my country's children. So I would want to focus on teaching them three important things. Firstly, personal health. This way we have fewer 16-year-old pregnant South Africans. Secondly, I would want to focus on teaching them about mental health, so that they are aware of their issues and so that they know that everything's okay, and just so that I can ultimately have happier citizens of my country. And last but not least, I would want to make sure I focus on educating the youngsters of South Africa about financial literacy. I want them to definitely depend less on credit. I want them to know how to handle their credit. I want them to know how to save from an early age and know how to earn what they get. So that by the time they are starting to work, they know how to handle themselves. By the time they have a household, they can take care of their household, their children, everything like that, their cars, their payments. And then if one day they want to become president, they'll be able to take care of my country financially. So yeah, that's basically one of the main things I would want to focus on if I were president of South Africa.
What would I do if I were president of South Africa? I would probably fix the fact that we're a third world country, as well as fix the fact that we are now trash status. So that means fixing our financial issues, fixing our socio-political issues as well. That's about it.
Okay, so if I were president, there's such a lot of things I would change, but one thing in particular is really just getting the organizational structure right of the country. We as South Africans, we're prone to a lot of corruption within our country, and this is even coming post 1994 as well. So one of the biggest things that I would probably look into and put a lot of effort and time into is the organizational structure of who's in charge of what controls, what restrictions is put in place, and just to ensure that when that foundation is set, that ultimately you can move forward and get people involved and move the country forward. So that's probably one of the biggest things. The second thing that I would change if I were president is giving opportunities to young people. We've got so much talent in this country, but we find that a lot of our talent actually leaves the country a lot of the time, even before we can utilize the skills here. So it's utilizing the skills of young people in order for us to get our country moving forward in a direction that we wanted to go. So yeah, if that was my top two things, that's what I would change.
Hello Zamjammers, my name is Mandisa from Sunshine on Life, the channel with the sun always shines. And if I were president of South Africa, I would number one reduce corruption, because that's the biggest problem we're facing as a country. Number two, I would promote equality between the different groups and the different races in our country. And number three, I would promote women empowerment, because I feel like it's time that women are treated equally to men, especially in the workplace. So yeah.
If you were the president of this country, Swela Njana, what would you do?
As a citizen of this country and as the youth, we're not holding it right, as the youth of this country, we've been told so many times about elderly people that you guys are the future. You get your facts in order, be right, act right, you're the future of this country. Yet we are not in control of everything. We're not in control of anything. I graduated from a school. I still have to job hunt. I know a lot of people that graduated are still at home. It's been 10 years because they're like, they can't find anything. So why not make it compulsory? If you're a company operating in SA, doesn't matter where you originated from. If you're a company operating in this country, by law, I would make it a point that you have to take in students.
Because in this alternative universe, I am the president, I have decided that I'm going to take a new look at corruption. Not just in parliament, not even just in the traffic police, in every single part of this country. Because we feel unsafe because the people who are supposed to be our leaders have their own interests at best heart. Me, as the leader of the leaders, have decided that I take you into consideration first. And in order for you to trust me, I want to serve to lead, because a leader serves, and I want to be I'll show you the ultimate example of servitude, so that when you become leaders one day, that is the example you lead, not take what's not mine for me.
Our leadership.
Hi, I'm Rainy Rain. So if I was president for one day, I would literally make everybody go to gym. It would be a thing that you are supposed to go to gym. If you're not going to gym, it is against the law, because you're going to die, and you have to eat properly. And so basically gym is like the big one, and then eating properly and then living healthy.
Hi there everyone, my name is Liaan Lategan from the channel The Wild Wonders of Southern Africa. And if I would become president, I would focus on the kids, the next generation, obviously, as a lot of you guys probably have heard now already. But I'm also going to be focusing on all of our natural resources, and especially focusing on our nature reserves, to in turn focus on tourism, because that is basically our only sustainable income that South Africa can generate.
Well, hello there, Zamjammers. What would I do if I was the president of South Africa? The first thing I would do is rewind back to 2010. Maybe let's rewind back to 2006. You see, I personally feel we don't need those stadiums, so instead of building new stadiums, I would have just used the stadiums we have and made them better. You see? Okay, that's saving money, okay? And then the other money, the extravagance of money, I would have put it towards our ESCOM problem, our electricity problem. I would rather put people in power who deserve it and not based on their color. I would change the legal age to 21, legal age of drinking and driving, so we can just have less people on the road. I would most definitely bring back the death penalty. We have our overcrowded prisons, guys, and there's a lot of diseases in our prisons. So how's that helping us, like, as a community, as a country? So, and our crime is not getting better. And people are getting shot, people are getting killed. So when do we draw the line? Like, where?
Good morning, it's Dax here from the 11th Man series from DK Entertainment. And so if I had to be president, what would I do? A couple of things. Firstly, your taxpayer's number, that will be your voting registration number. You pay no tax, you don't vote. I think that makes it simple so that the people who actually do financially support the country are the people who actually get to say who's in charge. Secondly, what I do is I'll have the right person for the right job. At this point, we have people in positions that aren't supposed to be there. Not because of any political reason, but due to the fact that they're not the qualified person, which is now running our country down a bit. So for that, I'd suggest that we put the right people in charge and then put in the education system where we can actually have people educate the next generation who's supposed to take over. That's kind of where we're at right now, and I trust that if we start applying small things like this, we can actually make the world a better place.
Hey guys, my name is Qhama, Q for those who can't pronounce it, and my YouTube channel is Qhama Mbanjwa. So, Sheldon asked me what I would do if I were president, and my answer is I would definitely make the weekend longer. It would start on a Thursday instead of a Friday, because why not, you know? And secondly, I would definitely stress the importance of financial literacy in schools. I would teach how to do your taxes, how to do a business tax clearance, like all of that. I would do it in high school, and just like how to get your life in order when it comes to SARS, because I am 24 and oh my gosh, I just dread going to SARS. Even when I was registering my business, it was a hassle. I went there 2 or 3 times because they kept saying, oh no, you're missing this, you're missing that. So I'll definitely teach kids how to do those things and how to actually start a business.
I'm Dumi, my channel is Itumeleng Mokone, and if I were president for a day, I'd stabilize the economy. First of all, petrol prices would drop.
Thank you.
And then a ripple effect obviously on food and etc. etc.
She just came up with that on the spot, no preparation. That's awesome. That's awesome.
My name is Tamara Ten, and that's my channel name as well. If I were president, I would make Starbucks available on every corner.
So my name is Ishmael. My channel name is The African Petrol. It's mostly car content, and if I were president, I would reduce taxes on like super expensive cars.
What's up, cool kids? I'm Tenn. What I would do if I was South African president. The biggest problem in South Africa is our social problems. It's not the fact that we are a third world country and so we lack a lot of things in terms of money. I think the biggest thing that South Africa lacks is fixing our social problems. It's the fact that people don't have education. It's the fact that people don't have skills. It's the fact that people don't have basic things that people in first world countries have, like access to healthcare and access to opportunities to improve themselves and to have really good jobs. So if I was South African president, the first thing that I would do is make sure that everybody has those really basic things. Take care of things like healthcare, take care of things like basic education. Make sure that there's enough infrastructure in all the provinces of South Africa. In Gauteng, people complain about potholes, whereas in other provinces, people don't even have roads to begin with. So I'd fix all of the basic infrastructure, make sure everybody gets an education, and the very next thing I'd do is focus on skills programs. Make sure that people get skilled up and equipped. People in South Africa are jobless, they don't have jobs, but it's mostly because they don't have the skills that they need to do those jobs. People can't afford to go to these big fancy training colleges or to university, and without those skills they can't get jobs. So I would also work on setting up training programs to help people. even people that drop out of school. As someone who personally dropped out of university and is making somewhat of a success for himself doing things, I realized that it's not so much the school that you go to or having gone to school at all, but rather your mindset, your commitment to things, your character, and your skills.
And if I was president of South Africa, I would carry on dressing like a normal human. I would carry on using the same Mazda 121 Soho that I have and keep a salary of about 15,000 Rand, and everything more than that I would use to put more students through education. I believe we need to lead by example, and the president doesn't really need all that money. You can get by on 15,000 and make a big difference in other people's lives. That's just the start. I've got a lot more to say on this matter, but this video is long enough already, so if you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you've got an idea for another super collab, then comment down below. I'd love to hear your feedback. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and Zam Jammer out.